The Tanis Diet has a few variations now. There's the Tanis Diet with PMS modifications, the Tanis Diet with running low volume, and the Tanis Diet for maintenance. There's also some adjustments for low blood pressure and food poisoning. But there's 4 variations: the original, the PMS modifications, the running with low volume, and the maintenance that are for weight maintenance and weight loss. I don't really have a standardized weight gain one that would potentially come into play in something like running training. But I'm not on that or boxing training or some sort of athletic training. And so I'm not really looking at that right now, and definitely not in terms of like a diet. That one might be more, or if I wanted to convert some of my muscle mass into, or not muscle mass, weight into muscle mass as opposed to body fat, and then, you know, go up and gain muscle mass and then lose weight while retaining that muscle mass. So there's reasons why I might do that, but that's not currently on my horizon. What this video is about is a little bit different than the Tanis Diet with PMS modifications and the Tanis Diet with running low volume. Those are all about the same speed of weight loss over like a multi-week period. The Tanis Diet for maintenance is about maintaining weight. What I'm going to introduce here is 2 variations to the Tanis Diet, and the 2 of those, the Tanis Diet, the original, and then the Tanis Diet with running low volume, that are for slight weight loss. So somewhere between the Tanis Diet for maintenance and the other 3 are the kind of these 2. So these are for slight weight loss. So the first one is the original, the Tanis Diet. And it's that one with, this is kind of to take into account people who want to do my diet, but don't want necessarily to do all the exercise, or they're trying to get onto the diet and the exercise. And since the exercise is, can be a bit, can be a couple hours a day, they're like, I want to do that, but I don't know how to get there. So the slight maintenance weight loss might be getting onto the diet, off of the diet, or just like, I don't want to be physically active. So that one, the Tanis Diet, the original the Tanis Diet, that would be for slight weight loss, dropping 1 of the exercise slots a day. So there's rowing, like for example, there's rowing, strength training, and elliptical, or some other high intensity exercise. If one were to drop one, I would recommend, if one still wants slight weight loss, I would recommend the rowing or the strength training. They're kind of similar activities to begin with, so could even just be they do rowing 3 days a week and then strength training 3 days a week, right, kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be complete loss. That one's the thing to remember with that one is, while it might be like 1,880 calories a day during the week, there is a splurge day, which means eating more on a Saturday. So there's kind of while it might be slight weight loss during the week, remember that splurge day does correspond to weight gain kind of thing. So it's across the multi-week period, the weight loss is slight, even if doing the full diet for a multi-week period kind of thing. Okay, so that's the Tanis Diet original for slight weight loss. If one really wanted to it'd be very slight, like very slight would be to drop. You could drop the elliptical, like, kind of thing, depending on how old one is and one's baseline activity levels and stuff like that, and still lose very slight weight loss. But if one wanted, like, the lower intensity, dropping the lower intensity is like slight, and then dropping the high intensity, so the elliptical or whatever, would be like very slight weight loss. As long as 1,880 calories kind of thing is, if one only wanted to do it during the week, still below what one needs to just maintain kind of thing, calorically. And then don't forget, weekends are more. So I would, but my recommendation is, if for slight weight loss, would be to drop 1 of the lower intensity time slots. So that's the first one. The second one is the Tanis Diet with running low volume. So that would be, I have found through my experience, the Tanis Diet with running low volume, if I do about 2,400 calories 2480 on a weekday instead of 2180. Previously, that was my maintenance diet. I actually still achieve very slight weight loss. My maintenance level is closer to 2,780 calories. And especially if I were running my full 5.8 mile walk run every day, 2480 calories would actually be a little bit more weight loss than it is currently when I'm splitting it between walking and running. So unless there's some metabolism, my metabolism is peaked by the walking and running combination. Point being, I can actually eat more on the Tanis diet with running low volume, and especially my 5.8 mile walk around set. I can still achieve weight loss with the 2480 calories. It's slight, but there is weight loss. So that's the second one. So there's two different variations that one can use for slight weight loss for the Tanis diet. And its variations. Here's more variations, but a variation of the original and a variation of a variation. For if you're doing the running part and you're like, whoa, this is a lot of weight loss, or you want to slow it down, kind of thing. It's possible the running low volume. And then if you just don't want to do the physical activity, or you're impaired in some way, you have an injury, or you just don't like physical activity, or whatever the reason may be, there's the variation to the Tanis diet, the original. Yeah. So happy weight regulation.